you only live in the mountains, you never in your life to see the ocean or park, for example, some jungle you will never see in your life. So in your pictures you will missing this, so you won't have any landscape of the jungles because you just don't know them. Same things with AI actually, when it's creating and using these databases of images, public images or different libraries to access as a comparison to see does it look like this, and if it's a limited access it won't create to this way. And I feel it is actually problem with DALL-E. It's access to specific areas, not to all of them. So the next what I want to do, it is going, and fast food is fine. Let's look how it can perform kids drawing, and this is my first kids drawing of alien monsters attacking. Color drawing, I want to be sure it's a crayon style photorealistic, and this actually done a very good job DALL-E. So it's look like a kid's drawing, which is actually not hard to do in this case, but it is you can look at this and say, yeah, kids can draw, so it's actually very accurate nicely. If we're going and check what we done with the okay, let's go right here. I think this one, yeah, this one done with the stable diffusion, and you can see it does look, some of them again variations, they look not bad. I do like this one come up, and it does look somewhat, people may draw a little bit different drawing, but again it's not bad, it's acceptable, very in a nice way, so it's very good done. If we look in the, okay, let me remove this one, and if we look what is the Mid-Journey did, okay, did I clear up this stuff? Okay, let me reload it and be sure we're in proper things. You can see right here it's actually render not bad. I think I prefer Mid-Journey render better on a drawing. Okay, and I think I have it a little bit more. Let me go pull up right here. See, I was playing a little bit before even, and you can see right there it's a very nice color. It's maybe not the kids level, I think there's a little bit more than kids can draw, but it's very nice color, line stylizations very beautifully done, and overall it is very nice. So from all, I think personally I like style on Mid-Journey just because this, but I don't think it's actually kids drawing. The DALL-E performed very well as a kids drawing, so is the Stable Fusion, but as the description kids drawing alien monsters, I think DALL-E did a better job to stay to the text what was required. Okay, and as a drawing I'm saying, okay, let's, how about this, how about we creating on the universe, but I want to do in the abstract. So this is names of the artists who does the abstract art, and they're doing by the dripping. It's kind of very interesting techniques what they're doing, but it is abstract painting with a, and this is the DALL-E to perform, and you can see that actually if you compare to artist style, they're actually done very accurate and look very nice. My only wish it was higher resolution, so actually I can print and put it on a wall. That will be nice. In this video I want to share my knowledge about how to take best out of using Mid-Journey. For those who are not familiar, Mid-Journey, it is computer generated graphics, AI. What it does, it's going through all public domain images and base it on a string of the words or description you provided. It can create very sometimes nice art, sometimes very abstract art, but it can create art that you can use it. You can use it straightforward, and as some people actually using to create their own comic books, publications. Most people probably will use it as inspirational. For me, I'm using as a concept art basic, start for ideas, and in some cases for digital compositing, I'll show you, I used as a backdrops. Big plus about Mid-Journey, that is you can resell, you can almost freely use it, and you have a few restrictions. Most of us will never hit those restrictions, but it is, you can freely resell, freely use it, this one. and it is kind of open feed, so you can go look what people inspire like right here and see what's the words they're using and how they create it. So you can kind of have very good inspirational work or utilization inside. And in my use of this application, I find some specific way I can take a best out of the performance. So in this video, we're going to look on how to sign up, how to use, how to get best bang for your buck, let's put this way, and from the service and its where to use it. So first off, let's go ahead and look some examples of the compositing when I mentioned. For example, right here you can see it is model, and just replace backgrounds with overlay mode. I have multiple videos how to do this, and you can notice the background that render inside the Midjourney, very useful in this case. And here's examples of some of those backgrounds that are specifically rendered for the replacement inside the compositing work. If you notice, they have a very abstract look, so it is kind of recognizable in your mind. Start saying, oh, it's lights, it's probably candle lights, probably books, bookshelves. However, if you look closer, they're not clearly identifiable. Some web and other ones, and this is why I say it as a hero subject currently. For me, it's not necessarily work because it does not have details, but it's a nice startup point to develop your concept, or as a backdrop in a scenery, for example, right here, where it's actually work very well because you don't want to have too much details in the backdrop. You don't want people focusing, but you want general create this atmosphere feeling, and it's actually what it does for me. And of course, you can create a multiple different stylizations, fantasy, cyberpunk, sci-fi, some kind of portal rings. You can create another explosion. You can see some explosions quite a bit detailed, so you can do all this stuff. The also, as I said before, you can use it in your concept art like this. For example, for the poster was rendered as a base and add more elements to this, but startup was done with a Midjourney, so it's give it some point. And the nice things, you can create so many of them, put it out for the client so they can say, okay, I like this concept, let's go this way. Before you spend a lot of time. So for me, it's a time saver. You can create multiple effect. So let's go ahead and look closer. What is a Midjourney? Midjourney, it is service that provide online. As usual, it's have this what I call the drug dealer approach. It's give you a free trial when you get hooked, and trust me, you are get hooked on that. And after this, you can go ahead and need purchase plan. The system that you're using, it's utilizing Discord. That is have their own plus and minuses. Originally, I did not like Discord using for this, but after time, when you figure out how to use, it's actually big benefits than just using applications. Okay, so let's go ahead and say, give you example. If we're going to when you sign up, and notice I'm using a web browser. I do like using Discord in web browser because in this case I can open multiple windows at the same time to my Midjourney, to different channels, and preview this way. So this is how I say it's bigger benefits. That is an application you cannot do that. And you notice when you sign up for free or wherever, you come to the list and you have it status, rules, trials. You have it all these different channels. Because on the beginning you get overwhelmed. And first questions, how you can use this. How do I tell computer what to do? So if you geek and you like to read, I will highly recommend for you to go to this link, and I will post in the descriptions where it has Midjourney. It's a gitbook.io. You can access to this, and they have it very good, the quick startup, how it's work. They have it user manual, FAQ, the very nice, lot of answers you can find here. And it's on all times we usually refer to when people ask RTFM, read the manual so you can find information. But you don't really, in this case, it's so simple, you don't need it. Sometimes what I like to do is dive in, explore, mostly if it's creative application, and work this way. And if you work with Discord before, or if you don't, this is like a chat-based application. So on the bottom you have it, your prompt, where you type message or command, and that is continued doing this way. So with Midjourney, you're actually giving command and the robot listening for those commands, for special commands, and perform operation based on this. So what is the structure of this? If we look right here, you have your command first, next optional, and this is a link that some people use, some don't, and I'll explain why. So your command, you have your reference to specific image. We'll address this later. Few people actually using this one. And let me highlight this one. The yellow, very few people actually using. You have a description, which is majority of people will use the command and description. And description is where you kind of explain what you want to see. For example, if I say command imagine, and my descriptions will be a ball sitting on a hill or a desert or wherever. So it will be right here. And next you have it options. That is more technical options you can apply to your request on the generation images. And in some cases we can go look and say, okay, let's look what command we can have it. I have a big list of command. Majority I found these four probably I'm using the most. Imagine, they give it command, that what I want to do. Info, it's where I need to receive information, how many jobs in a queue, how many on waiting list, what my usage of the fast time, fast or relax, and I will address what does this mean a little bit later. And also you can switch between those two different modes. The reference one, why I say it's few people using, you actually can reference external image. Public access, not just one, several, and application will take those image and base it. So if, for example, you're doing your own concept art and you have something you like it right there, you can link or reference to them in your command, in your structure, and then it will be accessing them. Then next, of course, you have your description, where is just what do you want to AI to show you, what do you want to render. And the options, it is usually followed by -- AR if you need for resolution, or -- no. For example, actually, you know what, let me right here till we're speaking, I put it right there. It will be command, you actually need to put a -- up front. And like AR, you can put it what resolution, 16:9. It's a ratio. You can put it by pixel, but this is a ratio. And this is, again, this is majority what I'm using. And of course, this is first landscape, another one's portrait, and so on. So you can have it all these commands down here. Okay, so if we decide to write command, this is what we'll do. And again, this is full command. You not always will use this, but in order right here we have imagine our command. we're separating by spaces, space. Next, I'm address path with image located, and like http geekatplay.com flowers png. So use this image. You can address more than one image as a reference. Next, what I want to see, field of flowers. Beside the descriptions, and we'll look a little bit later on this, you can include not just a green field of the flowers with the clouds on top. You can like describe in language. You also can specify, for example, high details, ultra realistic, photorealistic, what type of render. In some cases you can say trending and art station, which is honestly, I don't know how backend work on this, how the logic going, but it does prioritize with a reference, with the images, public images, maybe reference from or inspiration. You also can put it even style, like for example Bob Ross after this, and it will render in Bob Ross. So it's actually very flexible, very interesting how you use language. And after this you have a space, you have a dash dash. For example, this is AR for the resolution, ratio hours 16:9, and this is must separated by space. If you break any of this or command not recognized, of course the Discord let you know that is have a problem with this, and you need to reformat your command or other things. Anytime when you give it command, remember it's AI generated. So if I do same command over and over, I will receive over and over different result. So it does have some randomization. See there, it's precisely same name or whatever you're passing does not guarantee you will receive exactly same result. And that is may lead to another question, like for example, if you preview on the channels and you like something, right here on the top you can see it actually what prompt the people was using. Okay, and if you copy and paste this prompt, you'll notice you won't get exactly the same result. You probably maybe sometimes get a total opposite result, but it is give you idea what people use it. Like for example here, a description girl holding a doll by station night, blah, 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 so on, and you can see it. It's also noticed that is you see everyone who is rendering. When you originally joined for free, you will access only to these public channels. And the problem with these public channels, you can see it's posted. So if you type something and you're waiting for render, and it's take a long time or sometimes some time to render, it may scroll up and you need to go back and find your image and so on. If you on a pay, you have an ability to have a private bot, and we'll show what is benefits on this. And this is leading us to the pricing and to see does it worth it actually pay for me to using this service to experiment with this, or what I should do. Okay, so let's start with this. First, you will have access to the trial. Trial is free, but it's very limited. One, you can use only fast mode. So what is fast and relax mode? It's what they call two different modes. You can switch by the tag. The fast will process with priority on the GPUs on the back end, and it will process quite a bit fast, but it will utilize time against you. So you can have the relax mode with a basic standard corporations, which is slow rendering, and it is in some cases significantly slow can be versus fast, but it does not account of you using your hours. And what we mean by using hours, for example, right here you can say use the fast mode 25 minutes. What does 25 minutes mean? 25 minutes, it's how much GPU dedicated time on the servers to process, because it's all computing power going on. In some cases I just discard minutes because it is confusing, and just going one image per minute of a high resolution. So what is meaning, I can have 25 access, it's somewhere between 20 to 25 images I can render on a max resolution. If you render on low resolution, you still utilize fast mode, but you can render more of the images. So this is free, and this is a lifetime. So it's meaning you have one invite, you're using done deal. It does not reset by month or anything. You need after pay to switch. If you don't want pay to switch, you can try apply for like a DALI E2 or other one Surface. They have it. They even have it. You can install on your own personal computers if you're geeky enough to do that. If you like the Midjourney and you want to utilize the service, you need to switch to the pay subscription type. Basic, it is $10, 200 minutes with about 200 images max resolution you can render, and it can be only work in a fast mode, so you have no options for the free images or well, not free, for relax image. And what I was meaning, again, let's speak about relax or fast. It's with a tag. When you set your mode on the relax, then you can actually render it. Let's go look right here. So right there you can see I have it my channel. It's in a private mode. I'll show you in a second. And you can see right there, it's take not that long, but it's in relax mode. So let's go see command info, and that's what I showed you before, what we're using. And then info, you can see it's telling me what I'm up to right now. I have it 7 available invites. Just recently I have it 3, so they pop up. I can invite 7 more people. But let's put right here my job mode. It's in a relax, so it means it does not count against me. I have my fast time remaining, which is I have it left only 4 hours in this month versus 15. I did not use it any metered usage, because if you run out of these hours, you can pay